Relativity. 2, 1.
Researchers, it's 16:34 here in Italy, while it's 10:34 in the US. Like the person I'm interviewing today is located in New Jersey in the US, so it's important to underline that. It's Adriana SCAMPORRINO speaking, reporting from Italy. And I just would like to tell you that Researchers is an Arachne TV program dedicated to the world of research. I'm honored and happy today to interview a very special person that is Professor Elsayed, reporting from the US, from New Jersey, as I was telling about. Good morning, Professor. How are you today?
Good afternoon to you. I'm fine, thank you very much.
Very good. Very happy about interviewing you, and I just would like to remember our audience that Professor Elsayed Alì ELSAYED is reporting from New Jersey. At the moment, he's a distinguished professor of the Department of Industrial and System Engineering at Rutgers University. And I just discovered that Rutgers University in New Jersey is the 8th oldest university in the US. It was actually established in 1766, before the US actually existed. So it's a top ranked university, public university in the state of New Jersey, and very close to the New York State. So it's really an important one. May I ask you, Professor, to shortly introduce yourself and tell us more about your career?
I am Elsayed Alì. I'm a professor of industrial and systems engineering at Rutgers University. I've been here with Rutgers for 44 years. So I started as a young assistant professor and established my career teaching varieties of topics, then continued my research in different areas. And I got promoted through the process to the title of distinguished professor. So my career, my job has been very satisfying. So the main advantage of what I like about the job is conveying, creating knowledge and transferring knowledge to the students. This is the future. And we worry about how we build them strong enough to move on and carry the ball forward. So the topics of research and teaching are focused on areas of interest to me and of the department and the university, mainly in quality engineering and reliability engineering. For the audience who are not familiar with the term reliability engineering is, well, a very simple, example on how you relate to it. You go and start your car in the morning. Will it start? Well, how do you know it's going to start? How do I know if I can give you a warranty for 5 years in this car? How do I expect that? How do I predict that? So the kind of research we do is how do you ensure the systems we build and the products we make are highly reliable, safe, and can survive for a long time without failure. That is really the main thrust of the work. And my teaching relates to that. So teach students on the concept of how do you make a system reliable? How do you design it? And the system could be a fiber optics cable, communication between you and the eye now, it could be interrupted. How would I know that it will not interrupt during the next 10 minutes? That is the kind of research we do. So
that's great. And you were speaking about your teaching career and what you're doing with your students. I would like to ask you about that, more about that. And I would like to know more about your relationship with students. You told us that this is the future, that building strong relationships with them is really important to then make them able to have a really nice career. And tell us more about that, please.
Well, in academia, when you join a university, you are not joining in to do only research. Because if you want to do that, you can join a company that does research. There are many companies specialized in research and development, but you join academia because of the students. So what makes a university are two things, the faculty and the students. Without them, you have no university. So the main task for a professor mainly is teach, convey knowledge, and train students to become exceptional engineers, competent, do the job right, and when they get out, they can build a career and they move on. So the greatest satisfaction for a professor is when you see your students excel and they become leaders in the community and they're professional. That is where I feel, well, I think I achieved something. Well, the research, of course, goes along with that. So we do the research to create a new knowledge to convey to the students to train them. So I work with corporations and they ask, I give them short courses. They like what I teach them in the company. And they request, can we have students trained in this specific area? I said, in a condition. I'll do that. You hire them. So I make the deal with the companies to hire, and they select the top students. I train them, take a course with me, and the company offers them opportunities to excel and do research along these topics of research.
It looks like for you, it's more a mission than just a job. Like you really enjoy what you're doing, and this is really nice to hear because it's not for everybody. I mean, it's something you build with your students to make them aware of their skills and to make them improve them.
You're absolutely right. There are jobs and there are careers, and I don't believe that I have a job. I have a career, and the career is training and training in high quality students. I want them to go out there to be independent, think of their own, and build further than anybody else. So I take it as a challenge for me.
I think it's a very self-rewarding challenge, and I'm sure it's rewarding for them as well. Speaking of career and speaking of academic career, may I ask you what are the projects you're currently working on? Because you're working on different things, and I recently saw one of your books that is Reliability Engineer. It's already on its engineering is already on its third edition, if I'm correct. I would like to ask you if you have any new projects going on, you're working on, and if you just published something new with your students and with academic people.
Yeah, so yes, the main field in general is reliability engineering. And the reliability, as I said before, is dependability. How do you ensure things are dependable? I've been working on machines, equipment, telecommunication network, power distribution network to ensure that they are working and they can be replaced, maintained, and up and running in no time. So, but that actually took me into a different area. Recently, I was interested on 3D printing, and I see all that, it is a big hype topic, but there are no real products out there made of 3D printing per se, except personalized products. So I became interested in, can we make personalized product for individuals made by 3D printing that will have a long life and you can use it for a period of time? So the point of human joint replacements. So people have a knee replacement or have a hip joint replacement, but they have a revision. They call them back after some time, they wear out. So how can I design a hip joint that will never fail? Or I can give with the lifetime warranty. Once you insert a hip joint, we don't see you again. You'll be there forever. So I started learning about how you design a hip joint and how do you test it? How do you know that hip joint will last for next 20 years or 30 years without being recalled or without failure in the human body? So I became interested in essentially using 3D printing technology to create new products for human use, human parts, instead of machine parts. I said, well, I can create a joint, whether it is a hip or a spine disc or a knee meniscus. So that is what actually I'm excited about this. And I'm devoting the last 2 years on working on that specific area to define what material to use, how you apply it, how do you test it, how do you know it's going to survive for so many years? That is the kind of research I'm actually pursuing at the moment. And in addition to what I have done for many other applications in the world, in many industries.
It's a lot of work, but it sounds really interesting. And also, it's very nice you're aiming at a long-lasting product that will be on the market for a lot of time, and it can be also satisfying for people to use. that is not really easy to do it. It's not really easy to do that at the moment because everything is changing so fast, and we are learning so many things so fast, especially in the technology, under the technological aspect of things. So I think you have a lot of work in front of you, but it's really self-rewarding and very interesting to hear about that.
Yes, I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying both my teaching and my research, and that's the challenge, is keeping the momentum going, and you keep worrying about what happens if you retire. So I don't want to retire. I'm enjoying what I'm doing, so.
That's actually great, because not so many people are enjoying their jobs and their careers. So it's really, really important to underline that when somebody is really satisfied with his job and his career, is amazing to hear about that. Professor Elsayed, I'm so happy that I had the opportunity to interview you today. And I just would like to thank you for your participation in this episode 179 of Researchers by Arachne TV. And I really wish to be able to speak to you again very soon.
Thank you very much, Adriana, and have a good day.
Thanks a lot. And thanks to our
Thank you.
audience for listening to us. Thank you.
Thank you.